What's up, y'all? Down South 77 here again, and this is 3 Star Draw. It's a channel where we talk about G.I. Joe and G.I. Joe Classified and G.I. Joe and G.I. Joe Classified related things. Somebody told me I should just add all of G.I. Joe to that because non classified stuff's going to come up sometimes. And yeah, it's going to. So, yesterday morning, I made that short when I got up. I got up and looked at my phone and, of course, checked Facebook as we all have to do now when we get up and we're moving around. And I saw in the classified group that there was notifications that Wolf Spotter was getting ready to ship from Walmart. So I checked mine, and sure enough, mine was getting ready to ship too. I forgot all about this dude ever since when was his pre-order? October. Him and Shadow Tracker and Tunnel Rat, who I did not order because I have Tunnel Rat and whatever. Tunnel Rat's not that great of a figure. I don't need another one yet. So mine's here. It showed up today, and I gotta say it's time that us paltry Americans finally get this figure because I feel like it has been out the entire year in other parts of the country. You remember when this figure first showed up out of the blue? Nobody even knew about this figure, and all of a sudden it shows up and somebody's got it in hand. For the first 2 or 3 days, most everybody thought it was a custom. I did because it looks like a custom. It's 100% reuse figure, and I really wasn't all that interested in it. But I had sent a message to another YouTuber that I follow, Shark Eyes from Shark Eyed Toy View. He's had him for like 2 months, and I was like, "Hey man, how about that? How about that wolf spider? What's he like?" And he give me the rundown. I was like, "Well, is he worth trying to get early?" And he was like, "Nah, mate, just wait on him." So I waited, and then the pre-orders for him finally come up, and the rest is history up till today. So this was not really a figure that I was hotly anticipating. I thought he looked okay. Um, but when they finally give us some backstory for this figure, that's where it got interesting for me because he is a new character, and I'm slow to dip my toes into the new characters when there's so many that they could give us. Not against it, I'm warming up to it. So I wanted to give him a shot, but when they give him his backstory, of course, we don't have much because we don't get anything on these guys. So I'm reading this off of Walmart's blurb, which is the only story we get for these things. Um, Says he hails from a family of doctors, but intense desire forced him to train as a helicopter pilot because he really liked the action. He's not a pilot, an EMT, a helicopter EMT. So he's kind of like a trauma EMT. And then as a Coast Guard aviation survival technician, after seeing his daring rescues, the G.I. Joe team recruited him and put him through additional training as an exfiltration expert. Says he never misses his target. Wolf Spider drops from the heavens to evacuate fellow Joes from the most dire situations. That sounds like a character that I can get behind. We've got Doc, we've got Airborne. Neither one of those guys are really kind of combat guys. They're I mean, Lifeline's kind of a helicopter medic, but he's not this dude. This dude sounds like he could be pretty badass when he needs to be, dropping in to get some guys out, return fire, and drag a stretcher with one hand and shoot a pistol or something with the other while he's getting guys out of bad situations. So that actually made me kind of interested in the character. So I got him in today. He's number 109. We're going to take a look at him. Word around the campfire is that he was originally going to be an army builder type figure for the Dragonfly HasLab next year. And they liked him so much when they started creating him, they decided to just make a new character out of him and give him his own identity. I'm fine with that. I mean, okay. I'm slow to dip my toe into the new character pool, but I'm here for it. I'm going to give it a shot. So we're going to open him up. We're going to check him out and see. He is number 109. There's what his box looks like. Now, I'm not a huge, I don't really care about Night Force. And with the Dragonfly not being out for another probably almost a year, I honestly think they could have waited a little bit before they started burying us in Night Force figures. Personally, that's just my take on it. I know that might be a hot button because there's a lot of people that love Night Force, but Night Force come out when I was on my way out of collecting a real American hero. And it's funny that those figures are so valuable now because I remember them peg warming at Walmart, at least in my area here around Nashville. Nobody bought Night Force. And I just wasn't into all of the repaints as a kid because I felt like, well, I've already got that guy, and the original version is the version, so I don't need him. So that's enough. I'm going to try to get through this one kind of quick because I've got a pie in the oven I've got to go get out in a few minutes. So let's take a look at number 109, Parth Wolf Spider Varma. All right, y'all, this one is going to be dirty like prom night. Quick and dirty. Go ahead and bust him open here. Nothing's falling out. That's a good sign. Y'all know I'm a little apprehensive after the whole mole rat debacle. So there's what he looks like in his coffin. First impression, he doesn't really look bad. I've seen a whole lot of people hating on this yellow. I like it. Hell, Joe Pro is even black with blue. So let's cut him out. We've gotten pretty good at snipping these plastic ties with scissors. Never practiced this till I started doing videos. I always like to hit it from the back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So there is his box art. I'm going to move that up just a little bit. So there's his box art. Not bad. He gives off. He does not give off good guy vibes. I can tell you that. He's a doctor or a EMT, but he does not give off good guy vibes at all. So let's set that over there. You know, I usually like to put stuff up here for the figure, but got nothing to put up here for this figure. So let's check him out. He's got a pretty beefy tack vest there. Butterfly's a little loose, but he's not getting much articulation because of this vest. He's not moving much. His butterfly joints, look at that. He's got some Mac Daddy range of motion in those butterflies, or maybe that one is just yeah, that one's popped out. Never mind. There we go. We'll just put that back in there. We'll just slip it back in, as we also said on prom night. So there, he's got standard articulation there, all of that. He is. This is probably the easiest to pose figure I have taken out in a while. This bottom knee on the left, it's pretty stiff. That one's not bad. That one's not bad. This one over here, I'm gonna have to heat that one up. Yeah, that's gonna have to be heated up. I'm not gonna try and force it any more than that. Get the drop down hips. I hope these kind of look like barbecues pants. I hope they're not. Oh, that slipped down there, and that's kind of blocking that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's blocking that. But this side, this one, I'm still gonna have to heat. So that's what he looks like. I think that's Kamakura's head. I think this dude is about a 125% repaint. I do like that. I do like the little wolf spider there. That's cool. So his vest looks good. It's got the green paint apps on it. The black, where I guess that is I don't know, maybe that's Kevlar. This seems to be turned around backwards. Hope it's not upside down backwards. It kind of looks like it, but so he's got his holster there. I do like the look of him. I don't mind the yellow, and yes, he's Night Force. He's also dropping down out of a helicopter, and you want to be able to see him if he's dragging your ass out of a hot LZ, I would imagine. So the yellow makes sense for him, honestly. Um, it may not on some of the other Night Force figures if they wind up having it, but you want to see this dude coming, and they know that he's coming. They know he's coming to get their comrades. So he's not bad. I'm impressed with how he looks, honestly. So there is his weapon coffin with our upside down stuff on it. Wolf Spider Varma. So let me mute real quick so we can get the rolling papers out of the way. All right, there we go. That didn't take long. So there is, man, I keep hitting this. I have to set weird since I moved all this stuff around. Knife, got the silver paint app on it. It's serrated there on the back side, and I guess that would be a tool for cutting straps. Like if he's got to cut somebody out of a seatbelt or something, probably just snip that. So this is Falcon's reused shotgun. It is relatively straight. Has the green shells on it. I don't. They're not. They're not actually. They don't actually look like shells. I guess that's what they're supposed to be. So there is this pistol. Again, stupid pistol. So on here he's got Falcon's backpack. Has some nice paint apps on it. Has the yellow there. These are painted. This is painted. Actually, the backpack doesn't look too bad. And on this one, they changed it to where the antenna is a separate piece on this backpack. And where does the antenna go? So his knife's gonna go there. Oh, I guess it goes like this. I was trying to put it on like that. Like, does the antenna go off to the side? That's not right. So the antenna's green. Um, I hope this backpack fits this figure better than it does Falcon. Falcon has got to have the worst backpack in the classified line, at least in my experience. I'm gonna pull this off. It's gonna get broken anyway. So I'm gonna set that off to the side and let's take a look at his night vision. That is pretty nice looking. This is one thing I was interested to see. It's got the blue, which is the same blue that is on his Joe Pro here. Not a bad looking night vision mask. Guessing he's got guessing that is a breather or a rebreather. I don't know. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. He doesn't appear to have any air cartridges or filters or anything like you would for a respirator. So, and here is his helmet. Helmet's very cool. I do like this helmet. Got the cool yellow on it, and this is a green app on here. Got some pretty nice detail to it. The helmet looks pretty sweet. Chin strap is not buckled, and oh, it is buckled too. So this is a comm. I guess this is a mic. The chin strap is on there. So let's see what he looks like first. Let's put that on him. It looks pretty nice. I mean, he gives off Firefly vibes, but Fireflies was different. But he definitely gives off some Firefly vibes. Can this go on with this? No, that ain't happening. This does seem to fit pretty tight. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see how popping his head off is going to make any difference. This chin strap is very, very tight. Getting it on there, I feel like if you do this a whole lot, this chin strap is going to be doomed. But I want to see it on there. I may never take it off again. Who knows? You got to be very, very careful putting this thing on there. All right, so there's what he looks like with it on. There may be a way, maybe, to get this on together. What's this? His card art doesn't have it on there. Okay, that's got it on there. And it looks like it's underneath the helmet, or is that his? Maybe that's what. Maybe that's this. Maybe he's got his night vision. No. And how does that clip in there? Got to go in. This is all one piece. It's not articulated or anything. Hmm. Having a little bit of trouble getting that in there. Take another look at that. So those are down. Maybe I'm doing it. I got it upside down. Yeah, that's what it was. It just clips on there. Hey, there's my timer. I gotta go get a pie out. I'll be right back. Well, that was an interesting little break there and kind of an unmitigated disaster. Folks, if you ever, for whatever reason, are making something in the oven and you have to change the temperatures, make sure you turn the damn oven back on whenever you put your dish in there, because that is what I forgot to do. So I'm upset about my pie, and as you can see, this dude looks a little bit different. I did go and do a hot water bath on this leg since I had some time. So I got that broke free. It's not fused or anything. So that's good. And as you can see, I've got this mask back on him. I was trying to figure out how to attach his night vision, and I actually had to go back and I watched Shark Eye's video again. So thanks again, Shark. This is supposed to have a piece attached right here that it clips in, and this has the little clamp that it clamps on so you can flip it up and down. Mine does not have it. They did not send me that piece with my helmet, so I'll have to contact Hasbro and try to get them to send me that piece. That's why I did everything. I actually bent this a little bit, like thinking the whole thing goes in there. Like it don't. The helmet's easier to get off than it is on, but you still need to go really, really slow with it. So I have a feeling I'm just going to leave the helmet on him. I think he looks better with the helmet than with this. So that's probably what I'll do. So put that over there. Go ahead and take this off. I'm going to put this in his holster, and we will get his shotgun in his hand here. And I think a shotgun is a horrible choice to give this figure for what he does, for what his MO is. Hey, there goes the stock to the shotgun. Hmm. Well, they spared no expense with this guy, didn't they? They really just kind of grabbed whatever was laying around and threw a new figure together. Oh, all right. It doesn't look quite as good that way, does it? Well, so there's what he looks like with that on. See if we can snap that back into place. So that's how this is supposed to be. And this, of course, this folds up. Oh man, that's janky. That's all I gotta say about that. That's janky. So back to I think he should have come with an SMG, just kind of like what they gave Shockwave, and that would have suited this character better, I think, for his field. Back to this was the problem with this backpack with Falcon is it does not stay on at all. We'll get the antenna in there. So other than the helmet, that's kind of what he looks like. What he looks like kitted out there. I'll stop moving him so it'll focus a little bit. He's not bad if you're putting him on a shelf and leaving him alone. He looks okay. I do like the yellow. That's the main complaint I've seen with the looks of him for people. So spin him around there so you can get an idea of how he looks. The backpack. I hate this backpack. It's not much better on him than it was on Falcon. At least you can take the antenna off if you pose him with the backpack. I will be putting the backpack in a Ziploc bag and into my tote full of accessories for these guys, never to be seen again. And he does come with a rope, the same kind of rope we should have got with Alley Viper, with Snake Eyes, um, possibly. Well, Range Viper didn't come with any grappling hooks, but he did. I mean, he is a wilderness trooper. So, but and Shipwreck. Why does this not come with Shipwreck, who actually has the grappling hook? I used one of the ties that they used to give us for the figures. I tied like three of those together and wrapped it up and put on Shipwreck's hook. And it is actual. It's a nylon. It's a nylon cord. I'm not gonna unroll it because, as you notice, there is nowhere to put it. I guess you can hang it like that. So technically, it does store on board, or maybe even over the knife sheath. I guess technically you can say it stores on board. I mean, it's not practical. He should have a little carabiner or actually a hook or something like Shipwreck had with his to hang the hook. You could have done that something like that on him to hang the whole rope. So I want to like this figure, but the mishmash of parts for him and the shotgun, like if they ever did QC on this shotgun, and I never had any problem with Falcons, if they did QC on it, they dug these out of the bin that were all the crappy ones and put that one together and sent them out with this guy. So if you've just got him standing this way, just standing up, he's cool. He will be cool to put hanging off the rappelling hook for the dragonfly. I hope at some point we get a stretcher, maybe with Doc. I hope Doc comes with a stretcher. The dragonfly should have come with a stretcher. wouldn't have hurt my feelings if that was an unlocked tier. So overall, appearance wise, I mean, he looks good. He looks much better than I was expecting him to. I like the green against the dark gray up here on the vest. The vest looks really nice. Whose vest? Is this Beachhead's vest? I think. No, maybe Beachhead. I don't know. It's somebody's vest, but it looks good on him. I like the yellow. I like the yellow back here, even though I'm not going to use the backpack. So mine's pretty much going to look like this with the helmet on him. He's going to pose a lot better. I'm not even going to put that back on, but there he is with all his stuff. I'll get a better picture of him here in just a few minutes. So, they need backup, and I can just see somebody on the ground that's returning fire, waiting to hear that sweet bird of freedom in the air, knowing Wild Bill's coming, and I can just hear him saying, "Oh shit, you sending the wolf? That's all you had to say," to get him out of that situation. So y'all, it's been kind of a sloppy review, but it's a sloppy figure, so it fits. I don't know. He's number 109. I didn't need him to complete my 100 set. And so now, even though I'm not a Night Force fan, I feel like I've got to put them together to pose with the Dragonfly. But I think any other future Night Force figures, I'm just going to wait for a sale. They're just not my thing. And I don't know. So I like the inclusion of the new character. I like his backstory. I like the way the figure looks. He actually does not have any sloppy QC on the figure itself, which is my main concern, or any design flaws. This was popped out, but that's not a big deal. It went right back in and it stays. This was frozen, but I unfroze it, and it's it's still, they always go back kind of tight, but it's movable now. So the more you move it, the better it gets. You can hear it. Good ratchet there. So I don't know. I like him. Oh yeah, I was going to show that. He is an Indian descent character, or Indian ethnicity character. So he does definitely have some darker paint apps, so you can tell that he is not a Caucasian character. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's not. It looks good because it doesn't look. It's not too dark, and where you couldn't look at that and be like, oh well, that doesn't appear to be an Indian figure. That it definitely comes through. They got just the right amount of color on there for to convey what they're wanting with the ethnicity of this character. So I think that's awesome. The eyes look good. He doesn't have derpy eyes. All in all, yo, um, this guy gets a 3 yeehaws. I can't give him more than that, even though I like him. But green's my favorite color, and yellow's my second favorite color. So I can't go any higher. He's made out of the parts bin. All of his accessories are parts bin, other than the helmet, and I think that's new. And those are cool. Those are the coolest things he comes with. So I give him a 3 yeehaws, guys. I can't give him more than that. But anything below a 3 is kind of on the shitty threshold. So at least he's not quite there yet. He ain't far off, but pick him up if you think you need him. You need him if you're trying to put together a whole Night Force squad. If you're not and you're cherry picking your figures, he is an easy pass. And if I hadn't decided to maybe get Night Force, I would have skipped this dude. I almost did anyway. But that's been the review on Wolf Spider Parma. Parth Wolf Spider Varma. I can't seem to get that straight. Ever since they announced him, I've been mixing that up. Parth Wolf Spider Varma. So y'all, I hope you like this sorry review. Give me a thumbs up. I'd certainly appreciate it. I'll try to get some more that are a little better here in the next few days. I got some stuff coming in to look at. So I will see you guys next time on 3 Star Draw. Thanks for stopping by.